What's up lads, Darren21. Today we have a more expensive Premier League team for FIFA 21. In my opinion, this team's going to cost around 200 to 250k and at very most 300k. Tried to keep it cheaper. The quicker you get this team, the cheaper it'll be. Before Weekend League, this team will be extortionate just because of players like Martial and Zaha. We're going to do a deep dive into the players' stats, so let's get into it. First off, starting with Kepa, not much to talk about him. Shocking in real life, 6'1", he's a decent starting keeper. He'll cost, what, 2k at the start of the game. It doesn't really matter who you choose. I mean, there's not much middle value in the Premier League keepers this year. You've got the high rated and the low rated really. You could go with someone like De Gea because he's only 86 rated, probably cost you 15-20k at the start of the game, but you never know. Let's move on to the right back. Here we have the newly transferred Semedo. This is a difficult one to guess his price because you have got a lot of competition. You've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you've got Kyle Walker, obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold. So there is going to be a lot of good right backs, but I do think this card is going to be 20-30k. Maybe on early release you'll be able to pick him up for 15-20k. Definitely a card that's going to fly up in the Weekend League, obviously. So, you know, he's got 92 pace, 82 dribbles, 77 defending, 76 physical. Like, he's basically the same card as last year, known for his pace and dribbling, really. He's got the 4-star skills and the 3-star weak foot, which is obviously great. So let's move on to centre-back. This is where it gets, you know, a bit expensive. I think Joe Gomez is going to be one of them cards. He's like 50k at the start of the game, creeping higher and higher towards the first Weekend League. And it's obvious why. The 82 pace, the high defending, the good physical, dribbling's not too bad. He's 6'2", medium work rate, which isn't actually that bad. You know, key stats, the 85 standing tackle, the 84 interceptions. Yeah, he's a bit slow on the acceleration, but 85 sprint speed's great. He's got strength, aggression. Like, what more can you ask for in your starting centre-back, really? Let's see who he's partnered up with. So here's his partner, Davinson Sanchez. Yes, he's a non-rare, but looking at Premier League defenders this year, there's not many good ones. 81 rated, probably going to be 10k at the most, just because of how good this card actually is. Key standout stats, what we're looking at, medium high work rate, 6'2". You know, his defensive stats themselves, he averages what, like 81, 82s, which is great. The 79 sprint speed obviously is key. Little low on acceleration, and then obviously great physicality stats. So let's move on to the left back. Moving on to our first midfielder is Dele Alli. I think this card will work great in the formation we've chosen, which is the 4-3-2-1. I've gone with three pretty box-to-box midfielders. Dele Alli, you know, great 4-star, 3-star. He's got the height, the high work rate. The stamina's great. What works great about this card is that he will be attacking, and you can play him as your more attacking centre mid, but also he will do a shift at the back. Some would say the cheap Paul Pogba. Not much more to say about him. Maybe the finishing, you know, the fact that he's got great finishing for a centre mid. Yes, he's a cam, but will play great in the box-to-box role, and I think this card will be about 15 to 25k at the start of the game. Let's move on to his partner. Here we have his partner, the one and only transferred Allen. Great card last year, so I think he's going to be another great centre mid this year. Obviously, key stats is that dribbling, defence and physical all down that right side. He's not slow though. He's got the 4-star skills, the weak foot's fine. You know, I think he is going to be one of your go-to CDMs this year. Obviously, he's not quite Kante, but I think he's next best in that position. Not much to say about him other than the fact that he's just going to be great. This card will be more expensive. Obviously, you can count the fact that he's Brazil, plays in the Premier League, and is one of the best holding midfielders in the Premier League. So this card will be, what, 30, 40k at the very start. It's a tough one. We'll see. Move on to his next partner. Here's his partner, big Donny van der Beek, coming in disappointingly with the 3-star, 3-star. Personally, think he deserves the 4-star skills. Weak foot, I'm not 100% sure on. The pace is lacking in my opinion. I think he really doesn't deserve that. You know, 75 pace would be about right for Donny. It's difficult to say. He is more of an attacking player, but he can put a shift in at the defence. That's why I've put him into this team. You know, you've gone with one out-and-out defensive midfielder with Allen and two more attacking midfielders with Ali and Van der Beek. Key stats with this guy is his shooting, physicality, obviously, and we'll just put a shift in. So let's move into the attackers. Now, this is where it gets really expensive, to be honest, and this is where the team could creep up over that limit, but I'm not 100% sure. I think Mahrez, having the lower pace, but being one of the better right-sided players on this game in the Prem, is going to keep his price at probably 40 to 60k first week. 83 pace, I mean, people say it's low, but so many cards have had pace decreases this year that I think this guy's going to be great. Cutting inside on that left foot, 5-star, 4-star. Shooting stats are great, you know, it's quite high for a winger, and dribbling's out of this world. So I think people are going to have a lot of fun with this card, but obviously we don't know the meta, so we'll just have to see. We'll move on to his partner on the wing, and here we have it, his partner. He's had a position change from a centre forward to a left mid this year. We'll be playing him at that left forward spot. Obviously, key stats about Zaha is always his pace, always his dribbling, the fact that he has them 5-star skills. I still think he'll be a great asset cutting in. You know, he's got the 77 finishing with high shot power for a starting player, so I don't think that'll be a problem. And I think the fact that dribbling, and there's going to be a lot of new mechanics to do with dribbling, could be quite meta. You know, the new mechanics always are quite meta. So I think this card's going to be seen quite a lot in the first few weekend leagues. And if I had to say, I'd probably say this card will be 30 to 40k. So let's move on to the striker. And here we have it. The striker, the main man of the squad, Tony. Sadly didn't get his 4-star weak foot back like Rashford did. But, you know, he's got the 4-star skills, 6 foot. Medium lets him down, but I think, you know, I think this card will still be a great card to the fact that his pace is high. 85 finishing is incredible. And dribbling stats are great again. I think this guy will work really well playing the ball through to him, dribbling, and just having the finishing. So I think, again, this card is going to be probably higher. I think probably about 60 to 70k. He is going to be expensive, and after the first few weeks, I think this card's going to hit 100k like he does all the time. So like I said, this team is something that you want to buy early, not late. But then again, I know a lot of people will be trading. So if you've liked this video, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And keep an eye out for more squad builders. Peace.